As Justin Fields continues to play with more speed and confidence, he's attacking all parts of the field effectively. This team is starting to look very promising. Right now, they're 2-0 and leading the AFC North, which is something to be excited about. Justin has shown great growth, especially thanks to the fantastic work by Arthur Smith. He really fits the mold of a Pittsburgh Steeler, and it's clear he's fitting in well with the team. Speaking of the Steelers, they're coming off a great Week 2 game where they secured a win. They showed us the kind of team they want to be. The offense found a way to score, and while they didn't put up a ton of points, they were consistent and controlled the ball for most of the game. This is crucial because it keeps their defense fresh, and with such a strong defense, they'll win most of their games this way. We've seen them do this successfully in back-to-back weeks now. What's even more exciting is that they seem to be improving every game. If they keep this up, they could become a really dangerous team by the end of the season. But before we dive deeper into why I believe this, if you're enjoying Steelers content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates throughout the season. Now, back to the Steelers. They had a big win against the Denver Broncos, and although it wasn't a perfect game, there were many positives to take away. Let's start with the offense. They only scored 13 points, but they showed a lot of potential. Justin Fields, now leading the team after coming over from the Bears, has been impressive. People weren't sure if his struggles were because of the Bears' system or his own abilities, but from what I've seen in these first 2 games, it looks like it was more about the system. He hasn't put up massive passing numbers yet, but Arthur Smith isn't asking him to. Smith wants Justin to play smart, efficient football and avoid turnovers, using his legs when necessary. And if Justin Fields can keep doing that, the team will be just fine. His presence on the field alone creates problems for defenses because he's not just an ordinary quarterback. He's one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league, and that's a huge advantage. Defenses have to worry about the running backs, the passing game, and the possibility of Justin taking off with the ball himself. Even though his passing yards aren't sky-high, he's been effective. He's currently the 5th highest graded quarterback, according to Pro Football Focus, because he's making quick decisions and getting the ball to his playmakers. If he keeps doing this, he's only going to get better, especially as the offense starts to open up more. And when Arthur Smith lets Justin take some deeper shots, that's when we'll see this offense really shine. It's not just Justin Fields who's been impressive, though. The team has some solid weapons. George Pickens has already shown how good he is, even if his Week 2 numbers weren't as high as in Week 1. He's been reliable when given the chance, and if the Steelers keep giving him opportunities, he'll put up big numbers. If Arthur Smith allows for more deep throws, Pickens could have a breakout season because he's fantastic at making contested catches. Then there's Van Jefferson, who's had a steady start to the year, and Calvin Austin, who's starting to get more involved. I'd love to see him used even more because of the speed he brings. And let's not forget about Pat Freiermuth at tight end. He's had a strong start to the season and is becoming one of the better receiving tight ends in the league, giving Justin another great option to throw to. Arthur Smith loves using big tight ends in the passing game, and Pat is a perfect fit for that role. And that's exactly what Pat Freiermuth is, a reliable target who can make big plays when it counts. I expect him to see the ball more as the season goes on, and I believe he'll come through in key moments. But the depth doesn't stop with the starters. The Steelers have some strong backups too, like Darnell Washington, who scored his first touchdown of the year. He looked impressive in every snap he played. Although he's mostly used as a blocker, he's also a great pass catcher because of his athleticism. We saw a glimpse of this in the game against the Broncos, and I expect to see more of him in the passing game as he continues to prove himself. When you consider all of this, and the fact that the Steelers prefer running the ball more than passing, it's clear they have a solid foundation for success. Their passing game might not be flashy, but it's effective, especially when paired with their powerful running game. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren form one of the best running back duos in the league, with Najee bringing the power and Warren adding the explosiveness. This combination was on full display last week when the Steelers rushed for over 140 yards. That's not just great for moving down the field, it also tires out the defense and helps control the clock. If the Steelers win the time of possession, they're going to win games because they already have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Arthur Smith came in with a clear focus on the running game, and it's paying off. The offensive line has also been impressive, which only makes things better. With the line playing so well, I have no doubt that this offense will continue to grow as Smith gradually opens up the playbook. That's why I'm so optimistic about this team's potential. But even though the offense is improving, it's not going to be the main reason the Steelers win games. The real strength of this team is their incredible defense. It all starts with their defensive line, which has been dominating every quarterback they face. In Week 1, they pressured Kirk Cousins repeatedly, forcing him into mistakes and interceptions. This week, they did it again, causing 20 pressures and 15 quarterback hurries. That kind of disruption makes it nearly impossible for an offense to find a rhythm. This relentless pressure didn't just lead to 2 sacks, it also forced 2 interceptions. When the quarterback is under constant pressure, it's hard to make good decisions. We saw this with Bo Nix, who either made poor throws or forced bad decisions because of the pressure in his face. Whether he was thinking about it or experiencing it, the pressure caused mistakes, and that's exactly what this Steelers defense thrives on. Bo Nix was so rattled by the pressure that he made mistakes, thinking he was going to get sacked. When you can make a quarterback feel like that, you're setting yourself up for success, and that's exactly what we saw. Nix just couldn't get much done. But while the defensive line deserves a lot of credit, we shouldn't overlook the secondary either. They've been outstanding through these first 2 weeks. I honestly believe they have a chance to be one of the best secondaries in the league this year. The addition of Deshaun Elliott was a fantastic move by the Steelers. Pairing him with Minkah Fitzpatrick gives the team 2 of the best safeties in football. This makes life much harder for opposing quarterbacks. Elite safeties can cover half the field on their own, so having 2 of them essentially shuts down the entire deep field. This forces the quarterback to rely on short passes, and with the strong corners the Steelers have, even that becomes difficult. Joey Porter Jr. has been solid so far, and Dante Jackson has been exactly what the Steelers hoped for when they traded for him. One of the most exciting things we've seen is Corey Trice Jr. getting an interception and playing well all game long. Everyone knew he had potential. He just needed some playing time to show it, and he's already proving himself in just 2 weeks. This is very promising for the team. So, with a great secondary, a powerful defensive line, and a strong group of linebackers, the Steelers' defense really doesn't have many weaknesses. Even though the pass defense has been fantastic, I think the biggest reason for their success has been their ability to completely shut down the run game. Last week, they held the Broncos' starting running back, Javonte Williams, to just 1.5 yards per carry. Backup running back, Jaleel McLean, only managed 2 yards per carry. That's almost nothing. When you can stop the run like that, you're going to hold teams to under 10 points a game, which is exactly what the Steelers have been doing. This defense isn't just great against the run. They're also exceptional against the pass because of their pass rush and strong secondary. As I've said before, this defense has the potential to be elite, top 10, if not top 5, by the end of the season. And if the offense can stay efficient and avoid mistakes, the Steelers are going to win a lot of football games. They've already shown us this in the first 2 weeks.